look at this, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to expand it along row 1. And when you do that, it's basically going to start with a positive, -1, +1, and that comes from this -1 to the row plus column. So you could just remember that it's going to alternate signs, or you can actually plug in the -1 raised to the row plus column. And then we'll multiply that by the matrix entry, and then multiply that by the determinant of the 2 by 2 that results. So to start off, I'm going to have -1, and that is in row 1, column 1. Then I multiply that by the matrix entry, -1, and then multiply that by the 2 by 2 determinant that results. So the 2 by 2 determinant is going to be the 2, 3, 0, -3. So 2, 3, 0, -3. Then I'll add that to -1, and then in this 4 you have row 1 plus column 2, and then multiply that by the matrix entry of 4, and then the 2 by 2 that results. So if you cross out row 1 and you cross out column 2, then the matrix that you're looking at is 0, 3, 0, -3. Okay? Now, the third sum, or the third addition, would be the 0, but anytime you have 0, that's just going to completely cross out to 0. All right, so let's simplify this. Again, this is just going to become a +1 times a -1, and then you'll multiply the main diagonals together. So this is going to give you -6 minus, and then the off diagonals multiplied together, so -0. So you have -1 times -6, so that just gives you +6. Now we then add that to the second term, so -1 raised to the third gives us a -1, multiply by 4, and then multiply by the main diagonal, which is going to give you 0, and then minus the off diagonal, which is also going to give you 0. So then that's going to be added to -4 times 0, which is just going to give you 0. So your final determinant is going to be 6.